Sydney Joelson from Zeal To Heal, and I'm so excited to do this series on the components of the gospel. And today I'm looking at 1B, a practical example of using the law now as a New Testament believer in witnessing and evangelizing. I want to start by reading 1 Timothy 1 verse 8. Now, we know that the law is good if one uses it lawfully, properly. Understanding this, that the law is not laid down for the just, the righteous, the New Testament believer, but for the lawless and the disobedient. An illustration that I've learned from Way of the Master and a friend, Rob Rufus, and it's an aeroplane, it's going down. And we walk up to a random passenger and they don't know that it's going down. Here's a parachute. And the guy might think, well, that's pretty cool. That's a parachute. Haven't got one of these. But then after some time, it's uncomfortable and he might take it off. You see, a lot of our evangelism and witnessing is creating pseudo-Christians because they don't understand their position and the condition of sin in their lives. But instead, if they knew, all the passengers knew that the plane was going down, and we said, here's a parachute, you need this to escape, you need this to survive, they would wear that parachute regardless. I had the great opportunity of sharing the gospel with a Hindu Indian man down in the CBD of a town, and he was outside a tire shop and he had one of those red bands around his arms, and we started a conversation, and I got to ask him this question: if you were to die today, are you going to heaven or to hell? And then I got to explain the condition, and I used the law powerfully. And it says, thou shalt not murder. And Jesus accentuates the law. He raises the bar of God's righteousness and holiness. You've heard it said that you shall not murder, but I say, do not be angry in your heart with your brother. Have we not all at some stage been angry? And then it goes on to say in verse 14, thou shalt not commit adultery. Jesus raises the bar again. It says, you shall not look lustfully with your eyes. Wow, haven't we all lusted in some measure? Verse 15, it says, thou shalt not steal. Even if you've stolen candy as a little baby from the kitchen. Using those examples, we ask people, not in arrogance and pride, but one as people that have also broken the law. Have you ever murdered? Well, have you been angry in your heart? Well, by your own admission, you are a murderer. Have you ever stolen, even if it was candy as a baby? Yes, well, you are a thief. Have you ever committed adultery or lusted after a woman in your mind? Well, you are an adulteress. By your own admission, you are a murdering, adulterous thief. You've broken God's law. And then we give the good news. People walk around having this relative standard according to their own measure, thinking that they're good because they're not murderers or they're not thieves or they're not rapists. According to God's standard, we've broken his law and we have offended God. And so then we can bring someone to the understanding that they need to repent.